the narratives. And to be able to change the narratives, we need you. Think she would take heavy drugs. But she's not, she's okay. That is what we should represent. That is what the Nigerian youth, that is what the social media influencers should represent. The truth of the matter is there was a time that this same individual had a case, and people like us spoke, and we said that this act will snowball. I said it 5 years ago, that this act will snowball on our youth. It's going to be negative and it's going to be grave. I didn't know that this was going to happen then, but I knew the implication of the fact that it's a mind thing. The moment our youth have this thing that this is the right thing, that is the direction they are going. And the mind is a very, very strong tool. What happens in the mind happens to manifest to the physical. And when it manifests to the physical, we have a chaos. So please, sir, we need you to be able to help us, to be able to get sanity and be able to get justice against bullying and harassment and any form of abuse. Because when we are advocating for what we are advocating for, we need your backup for us to get the way forward. Last but not least, we are advocating to have a proper burial for MohBad. We want to have a proper burial for him, so we will need to speak with the family, and then we need your consent so that we can go ahead to be able to because it's not MohBad from the family of Aloba anymore. It has become a national entity.
I spoke to the mother already.
So the mother has agreed. So if we have a date, if we have an idea,
we need them, the father to also, the father's family to agree on that.
Exactly.
And we need you to please help us use your humble office to speak to the father and allow, because we do not like the way he was buried. We would like to give him a more befitting burial, because he stands as a symbol of strength and voice for his other ones. So we really want him to be buried in a very
proper way and
proper,
respectful way. And also protection for the wife and the son is very, very key and germane. That is the only thing those are the only things that we will remember of MohBad. It is very, very key, even beyond the physical, what we are saying. Sometimes, I'm sorry, we can have secret security on them, because they are the target right now. We do not understand the danger that these people are in. We know that God will protect them, and the one that has died will not die in vain. But we also believe that we should also take physical appropriate steps so that we can protect this young lad and the mother. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. Once again, we are very, very peaceful Nigerians. We do not like chaos, because we have our lives and properties to protect as well. But what we just don't like is injustice. Any form of abuse, we will fight against it. And the fact that you have reached out to us, we believe that it's because you want us to collaborate and work to achieve greatness and to achieve success on the matters arising. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Sorry, sir, I'm going to have to say. I've spoken to the mother, and like I said, she has agreed that it should be properly buried after the
autopsy. Yeah.
We want to hear from you if that is going to really happen. Autopsy, like you said, we want to find out about that. We want to know if the investigations has already started being ongoing already about his death, because there's a lot of stories surrounding his death. We really appreciate that. And sir, we would like to we want you to help us use your new office, to find out a way that a law can be put out there, that if a young person is signed to a record label, either music, acting, whatever label, if that person says, I do not want to belong to this record label anymore, we don't think such a child should be harassed, beaten. There should be a law whereby there should be an office or a place that they can go to, a special force that is assigned to that, so that they can go there and lay their complaint about it, and they can take up, because sir, there's a lot of young people out there who have come with such complaints, you know, and we would really like you to please help us use your humble office to also look into this case.
And also, sorry, I remembered something. When the boy died, when MohBad died, he had some people that were around him.
Yes.
The hospital he went to and everything. I don't
The
know
nurse.
if the nurse. I don't know if you can just help us
Friends,
find out.
The
Not to arrest, but to investigate further
But we just
on
need
the
to know what
circumstances.
happened to his body. Yes. We need to,
Because we're talking about Sam Larry, Naramani, they're not the ones that physically killed him.
Yeah.
You know, if he was killed. So that autopsy is extremely important. It has to happen first. Understanding the cause of his death, who surrounded him in that period, interrogating every single party that was involved, and then taking it from there. You know, so I think the autopsy is extremely important. Another thing that I want to point out, because I'm on live, it's my first time on live, and everyone just feels like the police are not going to do anything. That's all I'm seeing. There's 2,000 comments, the police are not going to do anything, you guys are wasting your time, go do it. So clearly, Nigerians don't trust the police, and I mean, you can't really blame them. There's certain things that have happened where we don't really feel like we've had the protection of the police. So I really feel like this is an important time for the Nigerian police to rise up to the occasion. You know, people feel like maybe Sam Larry or whoever else is involved has paid the police, or they're going to pay them off, and for that reason, the police are not going to do anything. And so because we have that impression, I feel like it's imperative for the Nigerian police to ensure that that mentality is wiped away from the public. This is just an opportunity to rise to the occasion, in my opinion.
2 seconds intervention.
Yes, I was going to add to that. Fundamentally, you know, I've heard the people speak about this particular issue, and you realize that we're in a place where people are of the opinion, including myself, that some Nigerians are better than some other Nigerians. So what you should actually do in the real sense is, no Nigerian is better than other Nigerian. At the end of the day, when we all die, everybody's going to go on the ground, absolutely nothing that we have right now. And that is why it's very, very important in this moment that we give the youth especially that hope. This is very, very important, because I personally, I said in the video I made that I've lost hope in the system. And this is from my own personal experiences. I've had cases that I've taken to the police station and nothing's happened. I've had cases where I was not at fault, but because somebody got there before me or spoke before me, I ended up being at fault. And these are the things that scare me personally. And that's why I said it could be absolutely anybody. So this fight is not just a fight of, I want you to, sir, please, I really love and appreciate the fact that you are so warm and welcoming, and that alone is giving me another type of hope, which I really hope that this meeting would also, you know, be an extension for other people that are watching this video live. And I just really want that this particular occurrence can give people that extra hope. Because you see, sir, with hope comes the courage and confidence to speak. When people don't have hope, then there's not going to be any courage. You see, I also understand that a lot of the videos and pictures and whatnot that we see on Instagram might not be relevant or usable, or I don't know, to you. But people actually have to come out and say, oh, I was there, I saw this happened. But how exactly are they going to come out to say that or to do that if they have no hope in the system? So the reason we're asking to know how it is going, what is happening on, and when it is happening, is so that other people who can come out to say meaningful things that will help the society at large will have the courage to come up and say, okay, yes, I can actually say this and do this, and something will be done about it. That something will not be done about it is the major fear. And as long as that fear exists, I'm afraid that we might not be able to do anything. So once again, thank you so much, sir, for giving us so much hope in this conversation, and we are simply hoping for the best.
and sorry, but I have to say this. For the last, I'll try and make this my last. Okay, because you know me, I have raised a lot of youths, young ones, and I have a lot of youths that I'm doing, so they gave a lot of questions to me. Our children we also grew up with the fear of knowing that you can't come out openly and be threatening people and not get repercussions for it.
Consequences.
We need you, sir, to help us look into the law, or those that are writing the law, to help us take this to them, that we as parents, we are very much concerned, because our children now believe that when you come on social media and threaten anybody, nothing will happen.
A Twitter handle should be created purposely for that. It will stay this time.
That's not what I'm saying. In the foreign world, that's part of it. But in the foreign world, you cannot go on social media and start threatening somebody's life. I'm sure before that life ends, there's going to be a task force at your door. So that's what I'm saying. There has to be a rapid response for that. That when you come on social media and threaten anybody's life, that person needs to be picked up, so that these children will not think that it's fun for you to come and threaten anybody's life, and then you will not get a repercussion for fighting and killing and abuse and threats. Because many times this boy, MohBad's, came on social media, he joined these people that were harassing him, and nothing was done. Nothing was done. And that was why they kept all these other videos that is now circulating. They had it, but when they released 1 or 2, 3 and nothing was done, they kept the rest. Because they kept telling them that if you put it on social media, it's no longer in evidence. And so that is why these other bad eggs that feels that if you can't harass him and because of nothing is going to happen, they keep coming to do it. And it's not like they're just harassing them. They come out and then they actually actualize it by going out, beating them, stabbing them, doing a whole lot of things to them. So once anybody comes on social media to harass anybody, there should be a rapid response that is monitoring all these things that would go for them. Because I know that your humble office can do this for us, so that we can keep our children safe. It's very important.
Okay, just a few minutes of seconds intervention. My colleague, my leader colleague, another person has spoken. They have touched literally everything, so I don't have much to say. I adopt their position as mine. I salute CP was here, quite encouraging, professional. Mine is more an appeal as it were. I know what we call judicial evidence, judicial facts. The police obviously will be under pressure to conclude this investigation on record time. But please, while you are soaking the pressure, do not gloss over detailed investigation. That is the core. The public may say we want justice within a week. And the police
and
say,
a lot of our young ones learn and pick up a lot of things from social media. So if you come on social media, or the elderly ones, or whoever it is, that you cannot come on social media and threaten people's life, and there will not be a repercussion for it.
Probably, sir, maybe we need a social media desk. Among the maybe an office needs to be created in the Lagos. Lagos is a center of excellence, and I believe other police commands will follow up, will imitate good things from Lagos Police Command. Probably, sir, maybe you should create a social media desk whereby there's
an office dedicated to receive complaints from the social media on cyberbullying, on
our own on the streets, like just maybe going to buy milk for my daughter and being harassed. It's not nice. And the entertainment industry, we're doing so much to put Nigeria on the map, and I wouldn't really want the young ones to now feel threatened and feel like they have to throw their talent in the bin because of something like this. A lot of us are running away from gang culture in the UK. We do not want it to become something in Nigeria. It's not something that should be glorified. So many black boys have died
because of it. Nigeria is not a place where they go around with guns or they fight with knives, even though they'll fight with their fists. Please, let's not glorify things and make it a norm in our society. It's degenerating our society. Our society is not one of that lacks culture. We have a culture, and please, all these traditional rulers as well, we don't want to desecrate the monarchy. We don't want to do these things. Please, all these associations, they need to be looked into. And I'm saying this as somebody that is friends with all of them, with everybody, but it's not that we should live in a society where one is benefiting and the other should be oppressed. It doesn't matter if I'm not being oppressed. Please, sir, like I'm using this platform to please beg you, sir, and thank you so much for your time.
Madam, I just want to appeal to you, sir, on this interfacing between the legal team and the investigative.
Oh God.
Investigation team. That's all. I can be more cordial. That's all.
From the city to respond to all that.
As much as
let me welcome you to the Lagos State Police Command. All our younger ones. I want to start from the last. For obvious reasons. The barrister, he raised a very, very critical issue. And that is the need to manage our investigation under pressure. What this group has done today, you may not appreciate the value. When I spoke with this, the point is that if the space is not stable for police to operate, the justice we are looking for, we are searching for from MohBad, we can't get it. Why did I say that? We are seated here now, you have generated so much ideas. We could truly feel the pulse of both the family, the members of the public. You have even enlightened me in some other areas. What do you think would have happened? Let's look at it the other way, that we are on the streets and we are firing smoke, doing things. Are we going to have the space to make the progress we have made today? So what you have done now is a clear departure and a clear statement on the way to go. If in truth we are looking for justice for
MohBad's.
I have had cause to relate to several groups in this process. We must admit that it's not everybody shouting justice for MohBad that is looking for justice for MohBad.
Yeah. Very true. Very good.
And you will discover that those that belong to the other side, they don't mind if the entire society is on fire. They have a different agenda. Then you have made a clear statement that defines your patriotism, your genuine commitment to this drive for justice. And as I mentioned in my reply to you, not just for MohBad, I think what you represent is the search for justice, societal justice,
Yes.
which is an umbrella that covers MohBad that we are dealing with today. So for this, I wish on behalf of the police, truly appreciate you. I know it's not an easy decision to take, but I think you have set a standard that it is not through we and them engagement, we and them experience that results will be achieved. I think in the true sense of it, you are looking for justice. I'm paid. You are not paid for looking for justice, I'm sure. I'm paid as a policeman to deliver justice. So there is a meeting point. So we are in the same boat. And I appreciate that you would honor my invite for us to talk, harmonize our vision for justice, and agree to work in partnership to deliver this justice. It means a lot. You may underrate, you might just take it, oh, we are just holding a meeting. No. What you have done now is a huge statement, and the impact will be felt in due course. I'm sure you, because now you have given me the courage, you have given me the assurance of a stable space, and like he said, with this space, now I have no reason not to deliver a quality investigation that will render the justice, because you are not sharing my attention. So I want to especially thank you and thank I will want to use that as a starting point so that I don't now coming to the specifics. My very fiery brother and lawyer, when he was talking, I was just looking at it, said, this reminds me of the days of Ghanifa was in here. And, there was that passion, that burning, and it's, you know, you spoke about trust in the police and the need to use this to change that narrative. One thing I can tell you, and I'm saying it this in my honor, is that under my watch in Lagos, and I think within my period of leadership here, I have made that clear. Whether it's MohBad, whether it's any low-level citizen, whether it's whoever, you can be sure that I stand for justice. And the case of MohBad will not be. You can quote him, you can go to the rest. The only snag is that, like he noticed, the farthest we can go is informed by the much quality of evidential information you can avail us. It's not for us to just stay out there and complain. The much you give to me to help me, the more we utilize.
Wow.
But you can go to sleep and say, the Lagos State Police Command, under my word, as far as this case is concerned, will deliver justice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
It is, you are not, I'm not doing you a favor by so doing. That is what will be measured, that is what can be used to measure my commitment to duty, my mandate as a policeman.
Yes.
When we started the case of the murderers of Senator Yayi's age, there was this same apprehension, oh, nothing will happen. But I can tell you as of today, and I challenge you to check it. Since I came on board here in February to today, there has not been any major case in Lagos State that have not come. Go and check it. There has not been any that has happened that impacts on internal security interest of the government that we have not done. So I'm confident in the capacity of my officers to work with me and get to the root of this. And we will ensure justice. The first CID, I've read so much, I've heard so much, the IG is fully in the picture of that, and I'm sure it is being handled. You are at liberty to follow up. Today we have one of the finest officers heading our first CID adults. Yes, one of the finest officers. I will encourage you to interface with him, and then I'm sure he will attend to these concerns. But the one within my space, you can be sure I will do the needful. Digitalization of police complaint process. I truly agree with you. The world is changing. We should be able to leverage on the advantage that technology provides in order to perfect our policing functions. I think in Lagos State we have started that. We have set up the complaint response unit, which is fully digitalized. Maybe when we go down and take it through. So when you are talking about police harassment and is a section in the Police Act to set up complaint response units at state level. Police Act 2020, but no state has been able to give effect to it. I think Lagos State is the first and so far the only state in this country that has done that under our work. And it was commissioned about 3 weeks ago or so by the IGP. So with this, all the cases of harassment with reference from the comfort of your home, even it has a functionality that takes complaints from comfort of your home. So you just call it. We have officers 247, and it's a full call center equipped with full call center facilities. You call, they will receive the call, and they will activate it, and they will give you feedback. So you check it so that you can extend it. Yes, PRO should. You also mentioned the NVLEA. Like I said during when we were inaugurating the special investigation team, all pieces of information, all personalities, all centers linked to it, to this case, will be within the radar of our investigation. We are not going to isolate or say one is not relevant, one is not. To us, every allegation, every suspicion, every insinuation must be clear. And we will do that. And we also be sure. Routine briefing. I also mentioned that as far as professionally and legally permissible, we'll keep the citizens updated. But for the closed units like this, as the lawyer, for the lawyer to do it, I've already told him you are at liberty to keep interfacing with him. To me, we are not working at cross purposes. As far as I'm concerned, you are also our lawyer because you are also representing a group that is looking for what we are looking for, justice for the victim. So you are free to always interface with him, but please, if he gives you any information, don't betray the trust also. There will be some he will share, I even need your input, you might need your, please don't betray that trust. But when we talk of trust, it's across the divide. We say we do not trust because you also betray us. Due to you do not trust us, we should have a common group. Okay? And I will hold my sister responsible.
No problem.
All right, coroner inquest. I think it's part of what we are working around. And we are pushing it, we are working it out with the state government already. It will happen.
But does it usually take this long?
Sorry?
Does it usually take this
it
long?
has legal processes. Okay? And I will always go back to what he said. So, I understand the passion that is burning in us, but we should not rush and stumble and then do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Let's follow the due process. The ones that we can do in the immediate, we already do. The ones that has a process, let's follow it. Okay? That it should be done. Searchlight on the music industry. That is, it's something of serious interest to me. But it is those of the people within the industry that should show commitment. I mean, maybe part of what we could do, I know they have the association and the stuff, or somebody to, I think we can work with them to deal with this concern. If there is bullying within the music industry, if there is prevalent narcotics abuse, I think MohBad's death should be utilized as a springboard to change that narrative, or at least to impact positively and to save the upcoming or those that are still experiencing this bullying in silence. So let's put it in the mainstream of public discourse and accept it as a social problem that everybody must work together in addressing. The police, certainly in Lagos, will be committed to supporting the initiative. Questioning of all suspects, either within or outside the country. That's the fact. We will do that. I have given that command already. Steps have been taken. Contacts have been made. Formal letters sent. And we have started the process, the process of even effecting arrest. And you see, what we are dealing with, like Barrister said, we are investigating homicide, a homicide case, right? We are looking at the immediate. What are the immediate factors that we can gather enough evidence to say, oh, this thing led to death directly, and this person played a role in it. Then we look at the remotes. Like we said, we will explore the impact of all the pieces, the experiences that this young man had, which must have considered some level of psychological, emotional torture that pushed him into changing his standard behavior, and how it impacted on his later part of his life. So we are looking at all this, and everybody remotely connected or directly connected, we have listed them out. We are establishing contact with them, and I said it the other day that even if the person is out of the country, somebody with free conscience needs no fear. So if you accuse me, I see no reason why I should run away. And so if they say there's an allegation against you, you've made a name nationally and internationally, you have a choice. Come and clear your name and move on. If you refuse to do that, we have options. The first option is to declare you wanted. And that will certainly be done if those personalities that we have identified refuse to honor our reputation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Justice for MohBad's. Second option is to deploy our Interpol tools. And wherever you are in this world, that is why we have the Interpol. We will definitely get you back to answer for the criminal allegations against you. So for those of you, you are close down there, if you have contacts with them, is to encourage them. They have an option to destroy their image eternally or to come and play it. But to keep running, the farther they run, the faster we run after them. And I'm sure we will.
But can the police keep the public informed with all these steps?
Sorry?
Can the police keep the public informed with all of these steps? So I appreciate that you're going to do X, Y, Z. Can we be told when it's being done?
Professionally and legally possible.
Okay.
If we do, and it has no legal implication, it will also not impact on the, it will not jeopardize our investigation. It will not be in public interest to even say, okay, if I want to go and arrest somebody tomorrow and I have information, I'm sure you will not expect that I come and say tomorrow I'm going to. Of course. But the ones that the progress we make and that is safe to present to the public without frustrating or impacting negatively on what we're doing, please respect that we are doing it for the overall. Don't take it as if we are possible. Okay? That will be open, will be accountable.
That's all I ask.
Witness protection. This issue has come up again, so I think right now the DCOps. The DCOps, the OCSID, should immediately now extend the police protection to the families of the deceased. Immediately. Okay?
Nice one.
I don't want to mention names. You mentioned the names of those you should question. We have a wider compilation. And like I said, we have officially written to all of them, giving them dates to report, and that if they fail to meet that deadline, we declare them written clearly.
Amen.
Because people, they've been mentioning the laws, people that were there. So, sorry, the guy was, in the layman language.
Sorry, sir. I just want to clarify something because the grammar is good, but in actual terms. So what the CP has just told us now is that the people that people are insinuating to be involved in one way or the other, CP, sir, you're telling us that you've written letters to them inviting them to come in, and that
I will encourage you to interface with him, and then I'm sure he will attend to these concerns. But the one within my space, you can be sure I will do the needful. Digitalization of police complaint process. I truly agree with you. The world is changing. We should be able to leverage on the advantage that technology provides in order to perfect our policing functions. I think in Lagos State we have started that. We have set up the complaint response unit, which is fully digitalized. Maybe when we go down, we'll take you through. So when you are talking about police harassment, and is a section in the Police Act to set up complaint response units at state level. Police Act 2020, but no state has been able to give effect to it. I think Lagos State is the first and so far the only state in this country that has done that under our watch. And it was commissioned about 3 weeks ago or so by the IGP. So with this, all the cases of harassment with reference from the comfort of your home, even it has a functionality that takes complaints from the comfort of your home. So you just call in. We have officers 247, and it's a full call center equipped with full call center facilities. You call, they will receive the call, and they will activate it, and they will give you feedback. You check it. So
they give us that's a commission. We can publicize.
Yes, PRO. PRO should be there. You also mentioned the NDLEA. Like I said, during when we're inaugurating the
Hello, Nigeria. Pati mo kàn fẹ́ sọ nípa ikú ìmọ́lẹ̀ ìwádìí ìwé. Ẹnikẹ́ni yòówù kó tó lè pa bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn kó kò lọ. Torí ikú tó pa bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn, àpọ̀wọ́pọ̀ ikú ni kì í ṣe fún ọ̀rọ̀ ṣoṣo. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti rí ògo ẹ̀. Ó kàn mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ pa ògo yẹn. So gbogbo àwọn tó dẹ̀ ṣerú yẹn jẹ́ ká fi wọ́n lé Ọlọ́run lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́run nìkan ló fẹ́ lẹ́sàn-án. Òun ló lè ṣèdájọ́. Torí ikú tó pa kì í ṣe kú ọ̀nà kan ṣoṣo. Àwọn tó ti rí sáà ẹ̀. Àwọn lọ́kàn mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ wọn ṣe ikú pa. Ìyàwó ẹ̀ gan kó tó ń ṣẹ̀ dáadáa, ó gan máa mọ̀ nípa àwọn tó ṣe ikú ẹ̀ tó ṣe ikú pa ọkọ ẹ̀. Tó ti lè yí. Mi ò mention anybody ò bẹ́ẹ̀ sí ní ìwà tó wù àti ìgbésẹ̀ tó gbé àti ọ̀rọ̀ tó ta sí. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí ọkọ ẹ̀ sọ wípé òkè o. Aṣọ tó kì í fi bòun tó fi bòun nígbà tóun bá kú ojú gbogbo yẹn á já. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn yín náà ìwòrú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn nà ó ṣe bá bí yamọjọ ní gbogbo wa. Tó bá sọ wípé obìnrin fẹ́ yá obìnrin lọ́kọ obìnrin níyà ó fọkọ kò finú wọn ìyàwó tó jẹ́ pé ìyá ẹ̀ ló mú mọ́ra. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo àwọn olórin bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ń sọ wípé ìyá wọn lágbára wọn. Èmi lè jẹ́ agbára fún àwọn ọmọ mi. Èmi bí mo ṣe wà yìí ọmọ mi rí ìyàwó ló fẹ́ ìyàwó, èmi gan-an ni ìyàwó torí mo ti ìyà gidi ni mo fi lóyún, mo fi tì ni mo fi ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ ni mo fi tọ́. So èmi gan-an ni ìyàwó, tó kò sí àṣírí kankan tí ọmọ mi ọkùnrin tó lè fi pamọ́ sáwọ́ ìyàwó ẹ̀ máa gbé ṣe pé mi ìyẹ́ ẹ̀ ni àṣírí ẹ̀ máa wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ṣé ó ti yé wa bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn torí wípé abiyamọ in fact mo respect abiyamọ o ṣóṣù mẹ́sàn-án ni ká lò ṣé ọdún mẹ́ta tó fi mọ̀ àbí ọjọ́ ìrora tá a bí ọmọ sáyé ni ká lò. Nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ ojú wípé fọlọ́n kò tẹ́ lọ́wọ́ kan ẹ̀ bàbá àtìyá ẹ̀ náà ẹ̀ kì í ṣe abiyamọ tòótọ́. Tó bá jẹ́ pé abiyamọ tòótọ́ ni yín ni ní irú ìgbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tọ́mọ yẹn ti ń sọ oríṣiríṣi fún yín bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ẹ̀ lọ́lé babaláwo tẹ́ ẹ̀ lọ́lé àfà ẹ jẹ́ kọ́mọ yẹn wà ní abẹ́ wòlíì ní abẹ́ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run kó máa gbọ́ from there ikú ilé rẹ̀ so ẹ ṣe o kọ́lọ̀ kó bá polí ìdí kó tẹ sáfẹ́fẹ́ rẹ o ọmọ tó fi sílẹ̀ kó bá wàjà sí kó dìrú kó dìgbà.
ṣẹ̀rí nípa ikú bọ̀bọ̀ MohBad's tó kù yìí gbogbo abiyamọ ayé ànífojú sunkún ọmọ ká ní ó jẹ́ ọmọ tó máa ń délé ó máa ń sọ gbogbo nǹkan tó ti rẹ́kọ̀dù sílẹ̀ yẹn ká ló ti máa ń sọ fáwọn pẹ́rẹ́ǹtì ẹ̀ ní wọ́n á ti mọ irú ìgbésẹ̀ tó máa gbé ìgbà táláwọ́ ti ní jù ayé ń jáde ní òṣèjẹ́ kó sọ síta aláwọ̀ ti ní ọmọ yẹn jù ló ṣe wá sọ gbogbo nǹkan yẹn síta ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ kí ọmọ yẹn kó kúkú yẹn gbé gbogbo àwọn tó bá lọ́wọ́ inú ikú ẹ̀ báyìí ní agbára Ọlọ́run ní agbára Ọlọ́run á bá wa mú gbogbo wọn gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣókùnkùn sáwọn ẹ̀dá ó tẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ kedere sọ́nà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kọ́ bá wa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ kọ́ bá wa wádìí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí délẹ̀délẹ̀délẹ̀ ọmọ yóò gbọ́dọ̀ kú gbé o ẹ̀yin ìjọba wa gbogbo obìnrin ayé yìí ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ o ọmọ yóò gbọ́dọ̀ kú gbé o gbogbo àwọn abiyamọ ọmọ yóò gbọ́dọ̀ kú gbé ẹ má yàn jẹ o a máa yọyàn síta a máa fi ṣépè fún gbogbo ẹni tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ bí yìí ẹ jọ tó yọ lọ ẹ bá wa gbé gbèsè ọmọ lógo ni o ẹ wọ́n dẹ̀ sí kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀ wọ mi ọgọ́ tí wọ́n náà máa wọ mi ẹ jọ ẹ bá wa gbé gbèsè nítorí ó dùn mí ó ká mi lára gbogbo wa ní fojú sunkún ọmọ ọlọ́wọ́ dẹ̀ bá wa rọ àwọn òbí ẹ̀ lọ́kàn lágbára Ọlọ́run ọ̀ní rírú ẹ̀ mọ́.
ẹ ṣé o gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn gómìnà wa lórí ikú Mohbad a dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ AMSAT kó máa bá wa tẹ̀síwájú lórí ikú Mohbad ṣé wá rí wọ́n ní gbogbo ṣìkàṣìkà sọ̀rọ̀ tí ọjọ́ ọ̀la ó wà lábímọ àtẹ̀tọ́ṣìkà ó bímọ àtẹ̀tọ́ṣìkà ó bímọ mi mọ Mohbad rí o mi mọ jẹ́rìí mi mẹ́bí ẹ̀rí o but feelings nípa abiyamọ ni mí mo bímọ òun ló ń ṣe mí. Ìyá ẹ̀ ó ti sọ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ wípé kó má fi aṣọ sóhun lórí aṣọ tó fi sóhun lórí yẹn aṣọ yóò ti mọ̀ yí pé wàhálà wà nínú ẹ̀ wá ètò fi sí lórí ṣé torí pé ó ti mọ síkírìtì ọkọ ẹ̀ ló yẹ faṣọ sí lórí tí wọ́n bá rí gbogbo nǹkan ó ń tẹnumọ́ yẹn ó ń tẹnumọ́ lójoojúmọ́ ó ń sọ yí pé tó bá ti pa àwọn báyìí ojú wa àtàwọn fámìlì ẹ̀ ojú wọn máa já ṣó ẹ jẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin náà kẹ́ máa mọ nǹkan tẹ́ máa sọ fún àwọn ìyàwó yín ní secret ẹ jẹ́ kí ìyá yín máa mọ̀ nípa yín ju ìyàwó lọ nítorí pé èrò ìyàwó àwò òun làwọn obìnrin ìsìn o kóníkàlùkù dẹ̀ kìlọ̀ fọ́mọ ẹ̀ kóníkàlùkù náà dẹ̀ tọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ kó lè fún ní ìsinmi gbogbo ìjẹkújẹ ìmúkúmu inú àgbàrá ló máa ń fàbọ̀ sí o mo lè ṣọ́yàn lẹ̀ mo lè wọ ṣòkòtò dé bẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìdí kóníkàlùkù kìlọ̀ fọ́mọ ẹ̀ o àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tèmi ní pé kọ́nà bá wa tẹ́ Mubarak Mohbad sí afẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀ kó bá pàṣẹ rẹ̀ gbogbo tó bá kù sí Ọlọ́run ajá.
gbogbo àwọn tó pa ọmọ yẹn lágbára Ọlọ́run àwọn gan wọn ò ní sinmi gbogbo ibikíbi tó bá wà lágbára Ọlọ́run torí pé kò yí sí kí obìnrin gboyún sínú fóṣù 9 kọ́mọ wá dàgbà kó ti dàgbà tó yẹn tó yẹ kí òbí kó jókòó kó máa jẹun kó wá pa ọmọ yẹn gbogbo àwọn tó pa wọn ò ní sinmi o tó bá bí gba ọmọ gbogbo wọn náà máa fọ àwọn kan wọn máa gbọ́mọ wọn sí ni wọn ò ní sinmi wọn ò ní sinmi lágbára Ọlọ́run torí pé wọ́n pa ọmọ yẹn wọ́n kàn pa wọ́n dá ojú ọmọ yẹn wọn ò jẹ́ káwọn bí ẹ̀ kó jèrè àwọn kan wọn ò ní jẹ́ tiwọn gbogbo ọmọ wọn ibikíbi tó bá wà báyìí wọn ò ní wúlò fógo Ọlọ́run wọ́n máa fojú sunkún ọmọ tiwọn náà torí wọ́n pa ọmọ yẹn wọ́n kàn dá lójú ni àwọn kan ò ní sinmi.
I think Naamali and Sam Larry should be held responsible because the guy has been telling us passing us a lot of messages through his music, and he also submitted a statement at the police station, which nobody looked at. And now that we have failed him when he was alive, we can't fail him now that he's dead. We should look for something to do about it. We should look for justice for him. We should fight. Even I'm outside here today, looking for a way to fight for justice for him. Because something must be done about it. You can't just use him like that. As it is one of our very good celebrities in this country. So something must be done about it. Sam Larry and Naamali must be held because if they don't know anything about it, they can't run out of the country. So they should just come back and they should come and settle what they have on ground in their home. That's what I would just say.
So what is now your advice for the youth outside the game?
Yeah, we should come out and protest for the guy so that his soul will rest well. Because that is it, as everything is now, I don't think his soul will rest well. Because we failed him when he was alive, we can't fail him now that he's dead. All of us need to come outside. We need to come outside and do this rally so that there will be justice for him.
Thanks.
I will talk so like this. We all Ikeja boys. All boys go to Ikeja. Even the one wey dey inside court, even the one wey no dey inside court. We no wan sabi. No more manias. We no wan hear anything about Naamali again. We must justice for MohBad. MohBad no be die like this. Anybody wey get on inside, both in papa, both in brother, both the person wey announce, everybody make dem catch them. Everybody make dem fight them. No manias. We don't want to hear anything again. This was the start of the result.
All our younger ones that are struggling out there, that they should desist from evil gathering. That's number one. For MohBad, I think it's very tragic. It's very tragic that a young man like that have a brighter future can just die like that. Well, we plead with the government that they should do the necessary things with their investigation, and they should help us give justice to MohBad so that others that are passing through the same thing can come out and voice out. But I know some people are passing through the same thing as well. So please, our government, should try and give justice. For we youth, talking about it, for we youth of this nation, we need justice in every aspect. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, so we just want them to just make one inquiry and make them find out everything about it.
Please, if it gives you any information, don't betray the trust also. There will be some you will share, if I even need your input, you might need your, please don't betray that trust. But when we talk of trust, it's across the divide. We say we do not trust because we also betray us. You do not trust us because we don't be assumption. Okay? And I will hold my sister responsible.
No problem, sir.
Alright, coroner inquest. I think it's part of what we are working around with. And we are pushing it, we are working it out with the state government already. It will happen.
But does it usually take this long?
Sorry?
Does it usually take this long?
It has legal processes. Okay? And I will always go back to what he said. So, I understand the passion that is burning in us, but we should not rush and stumble and then do the wrong thing. Let's follow the due process. The ones that we can do in the immediate, we are already doing. The ones that has a process, let's follow it. Okay? But it will be done. Searchlight on the music industry. That is something of serious interest to me. But it is those of the people within the industry that should show commitment. I mean, maybe part of what we could do, I know they have the association and stuff, or somebody to, I think we can work with them to deal with this concern. If there is bullying within the music industry, if there is prevalent narcotics abuse, I think MohBad's death should be utilized as to change that narrative, or at least to impact positively, and to save the upcoming or those that are still experiencing this bullying in silence. So let's put it in the mainstream of public discourse and accept it as a social problem that everybody must work together in addressing. The police, certainly in Lagos, will be committed to supporting the initiative. Questioning of all suspects, either within or outside the country. That's the fact. We will do that. I have given that command already. Steps have been taken. Contacts have been made. Formal letters sent. And we have started the processes, the process of even effecting arrests. And you see, what we are dealing with, like the barrister said, we are investigating homicide, a homicide case, right? We are looking at the immediate. What are the immediate factors that we could gather enough evidence, say, oh, this thing led to death directly, and this person played a role in it. Then we look at the remotes. Like you said, we will explore the impact of all the experiences that this young man had, which must have constituted some level of psychological, emotional torture that pushed him into changing his standard behavior, and how it impacted on his the later part of his life. So we are looking at all this, and everybody remotely connected or directly connected, we have listed them out, we are establishing contact with them, and I said it the other day that even if the person is out of the country, somebody with free conscience needs no fear. So if you accuse me, I see no reason why I should run away. And so if they say there's an allegation against you, you've made a name nationally and internationally, you have a choice. Come and clear your name and move on. If you refuse to do that, we have options. First option is to declare you wanted. And that will certainly be done if those personalities that we have identified refuse to honor our invitation.
Thank you. Thank you.
So they have an option. The second option is to deploy our Interpol tools. And wherever you are in this world, that is why we have the Interpol. We will definitely get you back to answer for the criminal allegations against you. So for those who reach them, they have an option to destroy their image internally or to come and play. But to keep running, the farther they run, the faster we run after them. And I'm sure we will.
Thank you. So can the police keep the public informed with all these steps?
Sorry?
Can the police keep the public informed with all of these steps? So I appreciate that you're going to do X, Y, Z, but can we be told when it's being done?
If we do, and it has no legal implication, it will also not impact on the, it will not jeopardize our investigation. It will not be in public interest to even say. Okay, if I want to go and arrest somebody tomorrow and I have information, I'm sure you will not expect that I should come and show you tomorrow I'm going to. But the ones that, the progress we make and that is safe to present to the public without frustrating or impacting negatively on what we're doing, please respect that we are doing it for the overall. Don't take it as if we are conceding. Okay? That will be open, will be accountable.
That's all I ask.
Witness protection. This issue has come up again, so I think right now the DCOs. The DCOs, the OCSID, should immediately now extend the police protection to the families of the deceased. Immediately. Okay? I don't want to mention names. You mentioned the names of those in which you question. We have a wider compilation. And like I said, we have officially written to all of them, giving them dates to report, and that if they fail to meet that deadline, we declare them wanted. It is written clearly.
Because our people, they've been mentioning the laws that were there. So, the guy was with,
Sorry, when he died. Sorry, sir. I just want to clarify something because the grammar is good, but in natural terms. So what the CP has just told us now is that the people are insinuating to be involved in one way or the other. CP, sir, you're telling us that you've written letters to them, inviting them to come in, and that in that letter it is boldly written that if they do not come in, you declare them wanted.
And there's a time frame.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So we wait. Thank you, sir.
My sister Iyabo mentioned the case of DJ Splash.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for quickly drawing our attention to it. So this will not form part of the special investigation, so you don't deviate from your mandate. Get another team in the state CID to be able to immediately follow with this. Okay? If need be, I can even visit him.
Thank you, sir.
Are you coming in, sir?
If need be, I will visit him. I will visit DJ Splash.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Please, DCOs with OCSID deployed to protect the families of the MohBad immediately. Please, maybe get the area commander of the office.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. You said time frame, sir. Time frame can be 1 year, 2 years. Like, what time should we look at? Time frame for your average.
Inviting the invitation for questioning.
Please, can we just allow him? Please, whatever question we have, please, let him just finish. When it's done, then we can now ask questions, please.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, exhumation, are we going to do it? Yes, we will do it. And that process will be completed, I'm sure, very, very soon.
They have spoken about it. They are exhuming his body very, very soon.
Like
they are exhuming his body very, very soon. So that's why the body will be exhumed just like MohBad's. Very, very soon. That's it.
So we are perfecting the process, the paperwork, and the what do you call it? The pathologies, the Ministry of the Law, but I'm sure by God's grace, between now and weekend we should be done.
Wonderful. Well done. Now on weekend.
An autopsy will be done.
Autopsy will be done. An autopsy will be done.
Not the result.
An autopsy.
Yeah.
When it's done, how long does it
Still
take?
alive. It's not great.
The sister also mentioned the need for us to always take complaints from the industry seriously to prevent tragic outcomes like this. Well, I'm sure the experiences you raised there, I might be wrong, maybe they weren't under my watch, and perhaps not even under Lagos State Police Command. For this, the decision to set up a special investigation team is born out. I could have mainstreamed the investigation, but I wanted to keep a tap on everything and to make sure that this team is completely dedicated to this case. So with this approach, we can be sure that we will reach a conclusive end. It can't be an open-ended thing. And I was confident of progress we could make within the next 2 weeks. That's why I said the interim report should be ready within 2 weeks. And I still stand by that. So in 2 weeks, I should be able to gather all of us together and say, this is where we are, and this is the progress we have.
So we are coming back in 2 weeks. We are coming back in 2 weeks.
Yes.
By then the autopsy would have been done, maybe results would have been out, and maybe they would have arrested or declared wanted or extradited some people.
Yes, sure, you'll be welcome. The burial you are planning for, I truly agree with you that, I would be glad if you choose to give him a more befitting burial.
Yes, sir.
But you know, the decision does not lie with the police. So once the family, the parents, I will advise you to talk to the father. The father, and not just the mom, because I think they are
Yes.
so I think the father has a good experience. For me, I will encourage the process.
Okay, sir.
But sir, even family members can be questioned and interrogated as well.
Who?
I said even family members can be questioned and interrogated.
They will.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. One of these, the father is the
Allow him to finish. There will be question time if need be. Please.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, protection of the family, I think that has been done. Losing hope in the police for not doing things right. Well, you don't have to. Because I can tell you with confidence that that will not happen. It will not. So, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. The danger in losing hope is that you won't be able to change the system. So just believe it can work, and then let's work together to make it work.
I will continue to mount pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, but don't let the pressure be too choking. Like now asking, who are you going to? Okay, videos. the evidential value of videos. I've said it over and over again. All the videos circulating, to me, they have evidential value.
Sir.
They
Thank
could,
you,
they
sir.
could give us
Thank you,
insight,
sir.
a wider picture
Yes.
from where we can draw specific conclusions.
Yes.
So we are working on all of them. It was in fact in the course of looking at some that I saw Iyabo Ojo.
So we still have some young ones that want to come up and bring.
Please, that's
but
the point.
They just don't know if they come, if they are safe and everything. So we need you to help us tell them that and where they can, who they can go to or call, so that they can bring all those evidence.
We have lawyers here. And my choice to start from what he said is to appeal to our individual conscience. We can stay out there and see evil and will not talk. Like he said, when you take the case to court, it's turned to pieces. Those people that have this, that are privileged to have this, that can help us, please encourage them to come.
Where to where?
Well, you don't know.
Yes, sir.
They can come to you.
So if they bring the videos now, they can be used.
We will study it, we will look through it. And if they have anything, please. I don't see any need for us to have these fears or no. Now, if indeed you are interested in justice for MohBad, I think you too now you have an opportunity to assist us with the
right.
Yes. So that at the end, if you do not, me too, I will transfer the blame to you.
Yes. Okay. But I think it's important that we devise something there where people can send their videos to. Is it better for them to bring it straight to the police, or does it make sense to maybe send it to Iyabo and Iyabo brings it? I feel like people should have one platform.
There are different options. There are different options, please. You could, if you choose to come over, I will. Even if you come to my office, I will welcome. I will happily receive you and guide you to the direct line. You have lawyers. They can meet the lawyers. Lawyers will guide. They will even give the brief. Lawyers can come. What matters is, however you want to pass the information, let us have it. Okay? Then about the cyber crime, we spoke so much about cyber bullying, the bullying components and things. We have laws regulating these things. And I think the latest of that is the cyber crime, the National Cyber Crime Act. We can always leverage on it to address those concerns. And the Nigeria Police, now we have the National Nigeria Police Cyber Crime Center. It's a state-of-the-art facility with highly trained cyber crime investigators in Abuja. You are aware of it. So you could leverage on all those things. Yes, they have. Okay. But for this purpose, you raised a very critical issue about us having that capacity in Lagos. So that's why I said this meeting is very unique to me. The DC State CID we now set up that section as one of the sections in state CID immediately. You get it. And we will help you. I will get the DC Cyber Crime Uche to come and train and set it up for us. So through this, we are now having a cyber crime unit, investigation unit, just like any other unit. So, yes, I have my.
Sorry, we just asked
Oh,
we posted it. She even did the live.
I did 2 lives. I posted it. I will address them. But we will just address them.
Okay.
Let's go and start.
And so guys, we're going to put the e-flyer for this on social media, and when we put it, please, everyone should circulate it so that everyone is aware about it, and then you can send whatever it is information, and they will definitely get back to you. If you don't get a quick response, please let us know so that we can also help you. Contact them, and they can also respond.
It's 247. It's
247. All right. All right.
Real time.
Thank you so much.
So you know 5 a.m., 3 a.m.
Anytime. 24 hours.
Yes.
Wow.
Mama.
Sure, it's not against
tí a bá ṣe rally àyè gbọ́ gbogbo information àwọn ní cross-fertilization of ideas àwọn náà ti kọ́ lára wa.
Yeah, no one can go later.
No, you are already smart. If we train you, you will not.
Come back. City people, as you say in your technical thing, man. You're too short.
Yes, okay. Thank you.